Hello everyone, this is me Debasis for Extra Time, and here I am right now at the VDCA Stadium. In an hour back, the Indian team bounced back in style in the 5-match test series, winning the second test against England by 106 runs. Obviously, at the start of day 4, England needed 332 runs to make a successful run chase, whereas India needed 9 wickets. So the England overnight batters Rehan Ahmed and Jack Crawley started the day on a positive note, hitting those boundaries, particularly Rehan Ahmed. He was having a go against all bowlers, but then eventually he was dismissed by Akshar Patel. Obviously, the Indian captain Rohit Sharma brought in Ravichandran Ashwin, getting rid of Jasprit Bumrah. Jasprit Bumrah started the day from one end, and Akshar Patel was bowling from the other end. So after those initial 5 overs, Jasprit Bumrah was changed and Ravichandran Ashwin was brought into the attack, and he immediately striked. Obviously, getting rid of Ollie Pope, he was brilliantly caught in the slips by Indian captain Rohit Sharma. Moments later, Joe Root also was dismissed by Ravichandran Ashwin, and that somewhat paved the England batting a little, obviously. But the biggest moment came for India towards the just ahead of the lunch, when they got rid of Jack Crawley and Johnny Bairstow. Obviously, Jack Crawley was dismissed by Kuldeep Yadav. Initially, the Indian captain was not interested in taking a review, but it was after the Kuldeep kept on insisting Rohit to take the review, and eventually it turned out to be a successful one, as Jack Crawley was out leg before after scoring 73 runs. Moments later, the big dismissal of Johnny Bairstow. Once again, a successful review. This time, Jasprit Bumrah got rid of, getting him plumped in front of the wicket. So those 2 wickets sort of pegged back the England batting. But then the biggest moment came after the lunch, when Ben Stokes was brilliantly run out by Shreyas Iyer. It was a great fielding effort by Shreyas. Obviously, if we go back in the first innings, Shreyas took a brilliant catch. So he more than made up of his lackluster form with the bat by those brilliance on field. But after the dismissal of Ben Stokes, Ben Foakes and Tom Hartley did try to stitch a partnership, but that was not enough. England were bowled out for 292 runs, which meant that they lost a second test match by 106 runs. But talking about the baseball approach, obviously a lot has been talked about it, the positive approach by the England batters. Talking about today also, none of the England batters were defensive. They were positive right from the word go. They were attacking the bowlers. In doing so, they were scoring those boundaries and occasional sixes as well. But then Indians kept on picking those wickets. Obviously, the baseball approach, the positive approach by the England team management did win them the first test match in Hyderabad. But talking about the second test match on a turning track, there will be a debate whether the baseball approach will be successful in the spinning conditions here in India. But talking about the positives for the Indian team, obviously the biggest positive for the Indian team has to be Yashasvi Jaiswal scoring that 209 runs in the first innings. That eventually paved the Indian team to score 396 runs in the first innings. Then in the second innings, Shubman Gill batted brilliantly. Obviously, he was under a lot of pressure at the start of this test match, but he looked good in the first innings, scoring those 34 runs. But he got dismissed by James Anderson. But when it came to second innings, it was a brilliant 100 from Shubman Gill. He scored those 104 runs. And it was Shubman's knock that helped India post 255 runs. Obviously, Akshar Patel's 2 contributed with the bat, scoring those 45 runs. India gave England almost 400 runs to chase, which in these conditions were always going to be difficult. Means obviously with the wicket turning and India having those 3 quality spinners, and also Jasprit Bumrah, who picked 9 wickets in the match, 6 in the first innings. Just an incredible spell of fast bowling, where his reverse swing made the England batter look all at sea. He picked 6 wickets for 45 runs, and he followed it up with 3 more wickets in the second innings. He ended up taking those 9 wickets. Ravichandran Ashwin also took 3 wickets. He went wicketless in the first innings, but when it came to second innings, it was his 2 wickets at the start, getting rid of Ollie Pope and Joe Root. Obviously, Ashwin will be disappointed that he ended up on 499 wickets. He is just 1 wicket away of taking 500 wickets in test matches, and that will be an incredible effort by the veteran off spinner. He has been a great bowler for India. Obviously, But then the Indians will feel confident that they bounce back, and they bounce back in style, winning the second test match with a day to go by 106 runs. But talking about the selection issues, obviously the team will be announced in a day or two. Obviously, the selection committee chairman Ajit Agarkar was seen having a chat with Indian captain Rohit Sharma after the day's play. Obviously, it is assumed that KL Rahul will be fit for the third test, and he will definitely walk into the side. That leaves a question mark on Rajat Patidar's position in the side, in the playing 11 rather, for the third test in Rajkot, which begins from February 23rd. We are yet to hear an official word from the BCCI whether Virat Kohli will be available for the third remainder of the series. But what we get to know is that KL Rahul will be fit before the third test, and he will walk into the side. Mohammad Siraj, who was rested for this test match, might as well come back into the side, because Mukesh Kumar looked up way off color. Means obviously in this condition, especially with 130, 135 pace, he did not look that menacing, obviously, and so there is a case for Mohammad Siraj to walk into the side again for the third test match, which begins in Rajkot from February 23rd. Obviously, both teams will take a break. The England side will be travelling to Abu Dhabi, where they will take a break, and they will come back again to India. For the Indian team, the most of the players will be returning home. They will be assembling in Rajkot ahead of the third test match. So that's all for now. Keep watching Extra Time to get all the updates throughout our coverage from the India and England series. This is me, Debashish, signing out from VDCS Stadium here in Vizag. Until then, see you.
This is Extra Time. Extra Time.